Wagwan, my loves, it's Knowledge Butterfly. As always, sending you guys out peace, blessings, love, and abundance. On this beautiful moon day, Monday, the sun is out and shining. It's going to be a very hot day, so y'all get prepared. I could just see like my skin starting to glow because I've been on a whole water and tea thing for about a week now. I don't drink any sodas. I had a moment when I came back to my father's house where I was drinking sodas, and I hadn't drank soda in years. So it was like a whole bunch of old habits coming back up to the surface in order for me to like transmute it and dead it for good, permanently, and transmute that into a really more healthy lifestyle. So I'm doing this video because I wanted to talk about really briefly some good information. So yesterday I went to the Universe Is Conspiring. I didn't stay for the whole thing because it was supposed to be from 4 to 8, but you know how we do. We always, if the energy is good, things do run over. It started a little late, not too late, but it started a little late. It started off with Aquarius Maximus, and I'm so happy I was able to see her. Well, before I get into her, I had just heard about Queen Afua, and Afua is AFUA, Queen Afua. I had just heard about her on yesterday, and because Blue Pill had posted on his Instagram, and I follow him on Instagram, he had posted that him and his brother Red Pill were going to be in her upcoming book, and he had added her. He added her on the post. So I clicked on the link and went to her page, and I automatically fell in love with her because she is definitely my spiritual sister. She is like one of my soulmates, because we have many soulmates. I just felt an automatic connection to her. And then she knows one of my other soulmates, Erica Badu, who's a 26. She was born on the 26th, so we have similar energy because on the day we incarnated. So you're not just connected by the sign that you incarnate into or the month you incarnate into, but also the day and the year. All of that, all these numbers are very important. So anywho, that's a whole nother subject. So I just scrolled through her page, and I was just in love with a lot of things, not a lot, everything she was posting, pretty much. So I followed her immediately. And I got ready to go to the event. So I get to the event, and I get there early. It starts at 4. I get there about 3:11. All right. And so I'm sitting and waiting, and then this guy starts moving stuff over to the area I'm sitting in because he's setting up his table. So I had to move from there. So I had to move closer because I have a tendency to stand in the background and like observe. I observe everything. And so I was standing in the background, just, looking. And so I had to move closer to where they were setting up the seats for the event. And I saw somebody who looked very familiar, and I thought I knew who he was, but I didn't just assume. So he said hello. I said, hi, you look so familiar. He's like, hi, I'm King Simon. Now, King Simon, if you don't follow Father Rich's YouTube channel, you need to definitely go ahead and do so. It's Black Magic 363 is the name of his channel, and he brings out a whole bunch of talented, gifted people who are melanated people who are walking in their soul purpose. And when you are on that journey and path like I am, it is very imperative for you to see other people that's doing it, that's making that shit happen. And so anywho's, King Simon tells me that Queen Afua is right across the street at Soul Vegetarian, and she's doing a free lecture. So I decide, okay, I'm going to walk over there because I have time. And so I thanked him very much for that. And I walked over there. And when I tell you the energy in that building with Queen Afua was so powerful, I felt it vibrating through my very being. And I knew I needed to be there. Now, I didn't get to personally meet her. I didn't even get to take her little green detox. But I'm working and doing my own detox anyway, so I didn't feel disappointed about that. I just really would have loved to meet her, but I know that the universe is going to work it out because we will meet in person. We will meet one-on-one. But the very interesting thing that happened with the short time I was literally there for like maybe 5-6 minutes. So I sit down because, you know, the only rows that had seats available or left were the last 3 or 4 rows. So I sat in probably like the third to the last, and I sat next to this beautiful melanated sister who had the stone on her third eye. She had her beautiful locks, just gorgeous. And it's a sparrow that just landed right here over the fence. They land over here all the time. Like, they didn't used to do that, but since I've been out here, they come all the time. The ancestors have really been talking to me. So anywho's, Queen of Fool makes us do a count because she's like, okay, how many people are in here? So you know how you do the count and you say your number. So if you're number 1, you say 1, the next person say 2, and so on and so forth. Get to me and I'm 22. That's the master builder number. And I'm building right now. Like, I'm building my kingdom, my empire. So it was the universe speaking to me. Okay. Now, of course, the universe was speaking to me because they led me to Queen of Fools so I could know who she was when King Simon told me she was across the, you know, the street. All right. Then I go back to the conference, the event that I'm going to, and like I said, Aquarius Maximus had actually just got there when I walked over. She had literally just got there when I walked over, her and her mother, and they were walking up to the front. And I was like, I know exactly who she is. I follow her on Instagram. She has gifted me and blessed my life with some guap coin. Bless my life, however you want to put it. So I decided to sit in not the front row, but the second row. And normally I would sit towards the back, but my spirit said, no, girl, you go up to the front. And so I was like, I'm not going to sit in the front row. For some reason, I just felt like not to sit in the front row. Now, I could have sat on the opposite side, which was not right there by the screen, but I said, no, sit by the screen. So I sat by the screen, and Aquarius Maximus started doing her thing. And, you know, they asked if anybody had any questions, and automatically anxiety starts to arise in me because I had a question, and I've always done this. I will have questions, but I'll be so intimidated, you know, and so fearful that I allow that to creep in, and my heart starts just boom, 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 beating at my chest, and, you know, I start to get hot. So I'm like, gosh, I have to ask this question because I just have to. So other people were asking questions, and I finally just said, fuck it. You's gonna do it, girl. Today, you's gonna ask this question. So everybody else was asking questions, just general questions about some of the things she was talking about or whatever, but they didn't know their cards. So I tell her my cards. I tell her, you know, I know that I'm a 7 of Hearts, and she's like, that's the mogul card. I was like, the mogul? And I remember she had actually posted it on her Facebook before. That's the mogul and the guru card. And I was like, no pressure, but pressure. And I said, the question I had was about my 9 of clubs in Jupiter, and my father has a 9 of clubs birthday. So she gave me information on that or whatever. So I was like, yes, I asked my question. And you had to use a microphone, so that was me really stepping outside my comfort zone. And so, you know, as it continues to go on, she says the point that we basically sometimes have to travel to really find ourselves. And I was like, okay, she's speaking to me because I had traveled to Jamaica. And she made some other really good points that struck my spirit and my soul. So I just wanted to make sure that I share my experience. Okay. Another thing, King Simon, he kept talking to me throughout the time, and he asked me my birthday. Well, we started talking, and I was like, I know you're from Jamaica. I remember hearing you say that. He's like, yeah. And I said, I lived in Jamaica for about a year. I love it, and I will be moving back. I will be, you know, between here and Atlanta because those are my homes, you know. My home is anywhere I go, but I know that Jamaica is one of my homes. And he was like, when is your birthday? Because he's a numerologist, all right? A numerator is his name. That's the name he came up with. Numeration. So, I told him my birthday, November 26th. He was like, oh, Dr. Sabi and Tina Turner. I was like, yeah. So he's like, oh, yeah, you good. He also asked me where I stayed, and I told him I stayed in Kingston, and I also stayed in Port Antonio, Porty. He's like, oh, I got family in Port Antonio. I was like, oh, okay, cool. So you just see like the soul connections. Some other soul connections I made. I was able to speak the blue pill. I love his energy. He was speaking of the number 44, which is also tied to me because I've been seeing the number 144. That number has been haunting me. 144 and 1044 has been following me and chasing me all over the place this whole entire year. And I really feel like part of last year too. Like, it definitely has something to do with my soul purpose. So I'm going to dig deeper into that and get into that. But Aquarius Maximus also told me the Nine of Clubs is the birth card for cardology, and hence my interest in cardology. Yeah. So, anywho's, Aquarius Maximus speaking and talking about walking in your purpose and how the universe is aligning and supporting. That's what the universe is supporting now, for the melanated people to start coming back into ourselves and walking in our purpose, is actually setting us up to prosper. And also seeing Queen Afua and her talking about the whole holistic thing. And those are the type of people that I'm gravitated to. Dr. Elena Bay, Queen Afua, the master cardologist, anything that's dealing with astrology. I see how I am so in love and so passionate about health, your chakras, how they tie to your organs, how your glands and everything is a spiritual thing and spiritual connection, and how the foods you eat, the foods that you take in mentally, the foods that you watch and you take in with your eyes, the foods you take in with all your senses, the people you have around you, all that food. I'm very tied to how that can either hurt you or, hurt or hinder you, or how it can make you thrive. You know what I'm saying? And so I just wanted to really speak to that really quickly. I have the chakra Bible in my hand because right now I'm coming up with some things, because I'm going to go ahead and start putting my energy, because this is my Saturn cycle in cardology. Saturn is the planet of discipline, and I have definitely not been very disciplined. So I'm in the cycle of discipline and structure. So structure is perfect for right now because my Saturn cycle is actually falling into the Cancer and the Leo season. Cancer is the sign of the mother, the nurturer, and also the sign of foundation and home. And it's not only your physical home for your personal needs, it's also your home or your structure for setting up your business, your foundation for your business. So I have right now the energy of Saturn helping me structure my business. So I saying, okay, that mogul is in your head. You have all these ideas and you have all these different businesses that you're really passionate about and that you want to do. But right now you have to focus and you have to choose one to start with. And so right now I'm feeling like holistic health is where I need to start. And so I had magnetized and attracted Sevenanda, which is a health food store. So I got all these different herbs, comfrey, mulberry tea or mulberry leaves, neem leaves, mugwort, blue lotus, chaga mushroom. Some people might call it chaga, but when I put the C and H together, sometimes I just do it's like the S sound to me sometimes, but it can be ch to it, so like chango or whatever. So chaga or chaga, however you want to pronounce it. Sorrel. I got the activated black charcoal. I got spirulina, kelp. Just different things that are, and I have been working with moringa since I was in Jamaica. So, which Jamaica actually started introducing me to these different herbs. That's when I started seeing how much I just love being able to go out in nature and pick that shit off the tree and wash it off and boil it, and it's tea. And but when I got back to the States, I didn't put any sugar, so I literally drink it with no sugar. So I'm getting into my detox stage, and I'm realizing like a lot of my family members are dealing with liver issues and all these different things. So the universe is conspiring for me to, that's why the chakra Bible, it had me get this back in like July, August of last year, so I can learn how to balance your chakras and realizing the colors of your chakras, and how each color is a vibration, it's a frequency, right? And so it's everything in this universe is frequency and vibrations and energy. That means that if your chakra is underactive, you need to take in vitamins and minerals that are that color. So you need to eat foods that are that color so you can electrify it and alkalize. To alkalize that chakra, because it's underactive, so it needs more of that color in order for it, that because that color is vibrating on the frequency of that chakra. Now if it's overactive, you need to have the opposite color, complementary colors. We learned that in school. So I'll just use your root chakra for instance. So if your root chakra is underactive, you need to eat red foods, you need to eat beets, you need to eat red apples, you need some cayenne pepper actually as well, which is actually good for your blood. And your root chakra, when you think about it, you think about Mars, which is iron. Okay, so you need to also take in iron. People who have low blood and things like that, your iron is low, so your root chakra is probably underactive. So but if it's overactive, you need to take in the opposite color, which is more greens. All right, because you need to stabilize it and you need to bring it down because it's vibrating way too fucking high. So you need to bring it down in order to be vibrating, for it to be vibrating properly. When it's overactive, you deal with a whole bunch of fucking anger. All right. And so insecurity is a low vibration, and overactive is too much fucking rage and anger. You know what I'm saying? So you need more greens. And it was beautiful when Queen Afu was talking about when people are angry, I know they're not eating greens. That's your fucking root chakra. You know what I'm saying? And it also ties into your heart chakra. You know what I'm saying? Because your heart chakra is green. So you're actually helping balance both. You know what I'm saying? Get both on target. But that's all I really wanted to talk about, guys. This video is longer than I planned. I'm about to eat and drink my tea. And I'm also about to wake my niece up because I'm about to give her some sustenance. And yeah, so I definitely appreciate you guys for watching and tuning in. I'll talk a little bit more about the Universe Is Conspiring conference, about some of the other people and some of the things that they were talking about. But I really just wanted to talk about that. Me getting into my whole holistic thing. That's the reason why. One more thing, the cycles. We all are solar beings, the original people are called the children of the sun. And we really are our own sons. We're really are the sons. And so just like the sun has its cycle of 365 days, or really 364 days, and 1/4, which is in cardology, the 1 1/4 represents the Joker. All right, but I won't get into cardology right now because I'm still learning it. I'm still soaking it in and taking that knowledge. But each cycle is ruled by a planetary body. All right, there are 7 cycles, and so you have the sun, the moon, Mars, Jupiter, Venus and Saturn, and Mercury. That's not the order they go in, but those are the planets, just like the 7 days of the week, right? So the same planets for the 7 days of the week are the ones that are a part of your 364-day cycle, which is equivalent to 52 days. So each one of those planetary bodies has 52 days. And shout out to Zodiacus L, who transitioned. This woman, this queen, was very knowledgeable about this information, and she was the first person I actually heard talking about this information. And I think I caught her video either early this year or in the last year. The time is blurring because I can see how have been following my cycles, because in the Jupiter cycle I was soaking up knowledge. I was reading a whole bunch of books, tying into astrology, and getting more comfortable with astrology, getting more comfortable and learning about cardology, getting more comfortable with the tarot, because all that plays into my holistic is really how in my business I will be able to read a person, not, you know, to see what works best for your energy, and also getting into the type of food you should be eating, your cycle, when it's best for you to do certain things. So when it's best for you to do a detox for your body, when it's best for you to start a new business venture, when it's best for you to get in a relationship, you know, all of that isn't written in the stars. And so I just wanted to bring that up. So right now I'm in my Saturn cycle, like I said, which is about discipline and structure, which ties into the Cancer, which is about your foundation. So I'm setting a foundation in Cancer, and then the Saturn is structuring that building. It's setting the structure for my house. You know what I'm saying? It all fucking makes sense. So yeah, I just wanted to share that with you guys. I'm going to go ahead and end the video on that note. I definitely appreciate you guys for tuning in. And I love you guys. I really do. I send you out so much love, so much appreciation for tuning into my videos. Queen of Fool made the most beautiful point. She said when she first started her business, she was so fucking excited. Like, she was so passionate about the information she wanted to share with the whole community, right? Each one teach one. And only one person showed up to her event. But instead of her looking at that as a negative and saying, I did all of this and only one person came, her and that one person spoke for 8 hours, and her and that one person were everybody at that point. That one person was everything, is what she said at that point. So I have 144 subscribers on my YouTube channel. Like I said, the 144 is chasing my ass, okay? And I just want to thank you all from the bottom of my heart. I'm not going to tear up. But I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for tuning in. And you know, whether there's one person that watches this video or there's 100 or more, I thank each and every one of you for watching it and tuning into my energy and my frequency, because I am definitely raising it. I feel it. I feel it in the air. After I pass this Saturn cycle, everything in my life is going to change so dramatically and so fast. It's going to seem like it's moved fast, but I have been going through my preparation, because Saturn is that last grade you got to go through. It's that last test you got to go through in order to graduate. Saturn is literally your graduation. Is when you start getting your awards, your awards and rewards is when you start getting your fame, if you want fame. Sometimes you don't want it, but you get it anyway. But it's the planet that makes celebrities. Okay. So that's the energy. That's what's so powerful. People always focus on the negative, but Saturn is really is letting you, is seeing if you're ready to move on to the next level. So I'm definitely on the end of this cycle, and I definitely give thanks for you all for, you know, being a part of it and seeing my growth. You know, because if you look at my first video, my first 2 videos were in Jamaica. And I had did a lot more videos in Jamaica. I just never posted those videos because I saw my growth happening so fast. I was like, this shit don't even apply no more. Like, I've changed from this person. So I actually didn't see a point in posting it. I may post some and just say, you know, this was my before. Like, this, look at where I came from, just so you can just see the energy of Jamaica. Not necessarily about my growth, but so you can see that energy. But yeah, so thank you guys. I definitely give gratitude to you. I give appreciation to you because I appreciate everybody. You know what I'm saying? I don't have to have the 144,000 people subscribers or 1.44 million subscribers, but the universe has already told me that you will have everything that you want and desire. Subscribers has not always been a desire, but at the same time, in the back of your head, we always want more. We always want more. But I'm happy with what I have now because it's what I need now, you know. We want to rush things. We want everything to happen overnight. But Saturn is that planet to bring you, it's like your father, to bring you back down to reality and say, hey, you got to do A, B, C, and D before you can get to E, you know. So thank you guys for everything. If you want to subscribe to my channel, you can actually click on the link in this video. I added that to it this year because I did some maintenance during my spring season. I did some changes to my page. I changed my picture. I also changed my background picture. Also, if you want to follow me on social media, my Facebook and my Instagram links are below, as well as if you want to send me a love donation for my channel, you can do so through my PayPal or through my Cash App. Either one is beautiful. But I definitely thank you guys for everything. I really do. The energy you send me, I can feel it. You are helping me grow. Every time somebody subscribes, every time somebody comments with their energy, it literally is feeding into my energy. Every time somebody likes a video, people don't get that that's still feeding into your energy. So people are going to feed into your energy in different ways. Everybody is not going to do monetary, and I actually understand that, and I understand that, and I'm okay with that. But I know there are some who will give that way because that's what they're meant to do, and they will feel a tug in them to do so. That's why I felt a tug in me to go to the Universe is Conspiring, not just for myself, but I also wanted to support Blue Pill and the event he was putting together, because I want more events to keep coming to Atlanta. And when we show interest into things, the more you are growing that person, but you're also growing yourself. So thank you guys so much. I really love you and appreciate you. Peace.